Welcome back to the comics section. I'm Brett. Oh no, that's not me either. Hey Deadheads. Welcome back to our channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads. So today we're going to take a look at the Just Enough Linux release that has just dropped for the Gameforce Ace. Now, I mentioned before how the Gameforce Ace was a promise unfulfilled. And as we move closer to software improvements and as the team at the Gameforce help resolve some of the problems, we're moving closer and closer every day to a device that is just fantastic. This chipset is proving to be every bit of a force, as the name Gameforce implies, and is showing that it can do a lot of stuff that I think is going to make it very competitive in the space, especially considering the recent news that Switch emulation is pretty much dead. I think the advantage that the Odin 2 had is now a little bit not as big of an advantage as it was before, because now you're looking mostly at PS2, GameCube, that sort of level, and this Rockchip 3588S is proving to be a very, very capable device for those systems. So anyways, the JELOS team did release an update yesterday. It's based on Rockchip Linux 6143. It uses the Mesa Panfork GPU drivers, and the source code is available. It has full controller support, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, RetroArch, Portmaster, several standalone emulators, sleep, audio, touchscreen, NVMe is game storage, fan control, LED control, box art scraping. Currently broken, work in progress, or HDMI out, mapping various standalone emulator controls, improving the analog triggers, and eMCC and NVMe booting. To install this, you're going to burn the image to an SD card via Etcher, RPI, Imager, etc. I like to use Etcher. It is a program that I'm very familiar with. So you download Balena Etcher. I will put in the links in the description. You flash from the file. So you just choose the file here once it's downloaded and extracted. And then you select your target, whatever SD card is in here. I don't have one right here right now because I've already burned it. But you would select the target and then you would simply hit flash. Once that's done, then you are going to put the SD card in the device. It will boot. It'll take a few minutes to boot up. Take the SD card out and you have Android still. So this is a great solution so you can dual boot. Getting games on there is a little bit wonky right now. I will leave a link to different scenarios where you can install games. It's a little bit not smooth, but you can mainly do it transferring games over or via FTP or Samba, enabling SSH and Samba system settings. There's some hotkeys here. And again, here is a link I'll leave in the description to download the image. You're going to need to unzip it first, and then you'll burn it using Balena Etcher or any other of your choice. So they are actively updating this. We'll be right back. I want to show you just what it looks like running on the Gameforce Ace. And again, the Gameforce Ace is beginning to move towards what I hoped it would be from the very beginning. But let's take a look at what it looks like running on the Gameforce Ace. And we'll be right back, Deadheads. And we're back. Okay, guys, so here we have the familiar looking theme that is usually on a lot of these Just Enough Linux releases when they come out. And I've only loaded a few ROMs up here because, again, it's a little bit laborious to get this up and running. But it has the very familiar emulation station front end with a lot of the settings. If we go into here to the system settings and we look at the system, we can then see that it is the Gameforce Ace. It is running a build from this morning that they updated. Again, the Linux 6143. I do have only the storage card, the SD card that is loaded on right now. So it's currently running from that SD card on there. And then the CPU where we have the 8 cores. and the temperature and the fan. So one thing about this that is really cool is that you can adjust the fan here. There's different settings. I didn't hear the fan in Android. Upon putting this in and putting it up for the first time, you can hear a faint hum of the fan, so that's really cool for it. But it's going to, you know, pretty much operate like every other Just Enough Linux once you get it up and running, and you know, you just get the games in here and loaded. And we'll just look a little bit of Game Boy Advance here that I loaded up here, and you know, just this is going to play PlayStation 2 and GameCube. I hope I can get this set up to play some higher level stuff. Now we do have Emulation Station running on Android now, so you know, the excitement over having Just Enough Linux is maybe not that much. There are also builds of Batocera that are up and running, and I think that ArcOS is probably going to be running soon. So again, we have a device here that is going to give us a lot of flexibility and give us some of the things that I've wanted. This has NVMe storage. That is awesome. We can open this up and put an NVMe in here for additional storage once it works. We do have, again, an active cooling system. We have a great battery. We have a great form factor. I forget that I'm holding this thing sometimes. You know, usually I want to grip, but I don't really remember that. But again, this has just been a quick video just to show you guys that we do have Emulation Station and RetroArch up and running on Linux. And let me guys show you how you get out of this. You just open up here and you go to quit. And if you shut down the system, once it shuts down, take out your card here. And then you can put in your Android card if you have different ROMs on there and boot up. And this thing will boot up into the familiar Android 13 environment. And that way you have a dual boot system that is really flexible and giving you a lot of options. Okay guys, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Really enjoy the things that we have been doing here. Oh yeah, I took the card out. Really enjoy the commentary that's coming. I got a lot more reviews coming soon. We just got the Powkiddy RGB 10 Max 3 in, so we're going to be doing a first look combination review on that because that chipset is pretty much well known, and so mostly the form factor, and that'll be coming here in the next few days. Leave me a comment on things you'd like to see, and again, hit that like button, subscribe, and you know, Deadheads, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Dead Fred out.